As someone who loves, and I mean loves, all my fancy equipment I have, I promise you that is not the reason where I am today, and also that is not the reason why you aren't growing today as well. So I want to take some time to go ahead and talk about this topic today, because I feel like a lot of people get stuck in that mindset of, if I only had this, I could create this and I would be a much better creator. It's false, and I'm going to explain to you why that is. So first, let's go ahead and dive into all my first early YouTube videos and stuff like that, whenever I still had a really nice camera. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so before we get into this video, I do want to point out that I keep saying quality doesn't matter, and it almost seems like I might be trying to say that these people's videos that I'm gonna introduce, their quality isn't good, which is incorrect. Their quality is great, and the proof is in the pudding, because look at their content. Their content is freaking awesome. But I'm just trying to point out that you don't need the most expensive equipment to grow your channel. That's all I was just trying to point out with this. So let's get on with the hike. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some of the older videos that I created on my YouTube channel. So even on my very first YouTube channel, if you watch it, first off, I was using the Sony 6100 with the 16mm lens, 1.4 Sigma lens, and that literally is an amazing setup. You can get some crazy quality out of it. I've seen some other people, like Donna Did It, who's used a crop sensor camera just like that and actually got amazing quality out of it. And I feel like I could have gotten more potential quality out of that. I feel like I wasn't using it to the fullest extent. And the whole learning how to use the equipment comes with it over time, but there's also another creative aspect of it I'm gonna dive into later with a couple of actual examples that are succeeding very well on YouTube, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Not just the quality, all right? Let's just go ahead and talk about me on camera. Me on camera was completely different back then versus now. Completely back then, I feel like I didn't have as much personality as I do now. I'm not as easygoing on camera. And not only that too, I mean, even to this day after recording, I think I've uploaded over 200 videos on YouTube. Woo! Anyway, so back then I would say that, again, personality on camera is completely different. My comfortability with being on camera, and even after uploading 200 videos to this day, it's still weird vlogging on camera. You'll see soon. But it's still weird vlogging on cameras and using them out in the public and stuff too, because it's just you get these weird looks for it. But regardless, it was the amount of reps that I did that got me to this point, right? So the amount of making those videos that got me comfortable and kind of helped me help my personality shine through these videos on these platforms. And same thing too, even with streaming. Whenever I first started streaming, I was not the same person that I am today on stream. I am way more ridiculous and goofy and more comfortable with showing you guys who I actually am, because I feel like you guys won't judge me. But regardless, there's this sense of comfortability on camera and on screen that you get when you start doing these more. Now, even stuff too, just from more of a technical aspect of this is something you need to know regardless of what your camera is. My editing skills. I feel like my editing skills have gotten a lot better. My pacing on it's been a lot better. My knowing when to make certain cuts, depending on if I'm trying to make things very quick and to the point, if I'm trying to edit them to where it's more emotional and kind of drawn out and stuff too, and showing that emotion in video and also explaining it as well is completely different than what it was in the past. So that is just something that no matter what you're using to record, you're gonna have to learn as you go. And again, it's about the reps putting those in that will get you to that point. My channel had no direction. So again, I was starting things out, and again, this is something I 100% recommend you do, is try things out to see what you like. You're never gonna know what kind of content you like creating unless you try it out. So give it a shot and experiment early on. I mean, even people that are well established, like Stone Mountain, even Peter McKinnon, they change up what they're doing. They change what they're trying to do for content and stuff as well. I mean, even Peter McKinnon, whenever it came to short form, because I know a lot of really great photographers and videographers sometimes had a bit of an issue with trying to figure out video or short form. Even my buddy Jayhawk, who he's now absolutely crushing it. So huge shout out to my man Jayhawk. He's killing it on short form, and he's, again, comes from a videography, photography background. But when they tried in new things, right? When they tried doing different videos and stuff like that, and they started noticing, they started catching on, and they also had more fun in making those videos, which, by the way, somewhere will be linked, but I've actually talked about creating videos that intersect with what people want to see. After trying things out and then finally getting it and nailing it, he is crushing it. Same thing with Peter McKinnon. He tried doing different vertical ideas and stuff too. One that I saw that really sticks out to me is when he's this is the coolest way to make coffee. And honestly, that kind of inspired me to be this is the DJI mic or something like that. Or is this the coolest way to light your stream? They tried these different things and they found their groove by doing it. So don't be afraid to try new things, because that's gonna help you tremendously figure out what you want to create, what you like creating, and also what people like seeing. And then also one of the biggest things too is creating diversity in your shot. I mean, already you could tell that I went from one scene to another scene, and don't worry, we're on a long ride for this one because we're actually gonna go for a hike, so strap on your hiking boots. But you wanna create diversity in your shots. So speaking of creating diversity, let's go ahead and get ready, and we are gonna go on this hike. But first, we need to pack, so let's go ahead and pack some things up, and then I'm gonna be talking about 2 people that are on YouTube that are crushing it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they're only using iPhones. That's right, iPhones for all their shots. So let's go ahead and pack up. Okay, let's take a seat here. Okay, so let's go and talk about example number 1 as to why quality doesn't matter. And first, before I even start this, if anyone even mentions, oh, look at all the stuff you have, your cameras and all your equipment, this is after 4 years of saving and investing in all this equipment. So it wasn't like I just bought this stuff overnight. And I also grew with it, so. Okay, so example number 1, that you don't need quality or extreme quality to grow your channel or to just grow as a creator. His name is Spawn Point. This is a YouTuber that has over 100,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel, and I'm pretty sure that the majority, if not all of his videos are shot with an iPhone. Yep, an iPhone, which I guarantee you most people at home actually have. Oh, hang on. So number 1, let's go over the fact. This guy actually started and created and built his YouTube channel off of literally just an iPhone. Now, a lot of people feel like, well, I don't want to make those videos, or I can't make those videos because I don't have this gear. Like I said, not everyone has like a newer iPhone, but even then, like most iPhones, I think all the way down to like the 10 do 4K recording, and it looks pretty dang decent. Like most people probably couldn't tell that his videos weren't shot on an actual camera. And I'm sure there's plenty of times where people ask him, what camera are you shooting with? And he goes, I'm shooting with an iPhone. And they're probably mind blown by that. So you don't always need to have that camera to create that quality that you're looking for, or just to even grow your audience. Number 2, this guy has over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years now, and I have had easily the entire time a camera that is probably about right around $1,000 with the lens. With the lens, I had over $1,000. Not even close. I'm like just catching up to 1,000 subscribers, let alone 100,000. So that is point proven that even if you have gear like this, it doesn't mean you're gonna get the subscribers and everything else that are just gonna come along with it, because it comes time with actually creating that content and stuff too, which brings me to my 3rd point. The 3rd point being is that you gotta learn to be creative and switch up these angles. Like during this shot or these videos, I've been changing up the angles the entire time. If you go look at Spawn Point's videos, all of his videos, they have these different angles, these smooth B-rolls and stuff like that. And again, he probably does a lot of it handheld for the most part, because with the iPhone, you have image stabilization built into it, and it's a lot better than most of these cameras, to be completely honest. So, I mean, not only on top of that, it's really that the creativity that he's gotten over the years, the edits that he's managed to do and stuff like that, like all of that combined into one has now led him to do that. And he's still, I guarantee you, he can afford an actual camera. I'm pretty sure he owns an actual camera, but he still records all of his videos on an iPhone. And it's probably because he actually created a beautiful workflow that works for him with an iPhone. So if you think you need a super expensive camera, there's case in point number 1, or even number 2 if you want to, that you don't need all that stuff to create great content. And we're gonna talk about number 3, but I'm gonna move because I'm now frying because it is hot. It is hot out here. Let's get moving. Whew. Okay, we are now officially in the shade. It's a little bit nicer. So, case point, is this 3? I don't know if I'm considering myself a case point, but either way, number 3 is gonna be Nikki Delventhal. I stumbled upon her channel because I started watching the fine print and I got really obsessed with like living in a van because it's something I admire, but I don't think I would actually do myself. But he actually does a whole thing on living in a van. Now, Nikki Delventhal does a thing where she does living in a Prius. And what I noticed with her videos is that she literally records it all on an iPhone. And she has over 400,000 subs and she does it all from an iPhone. So number one, she's a travel vlogger and she uses just her phone, which is something she has with her all the time. And again, like you can easily like, again, most people have an iPhone. And again, I'm not saying that everyone does, but again, you could probably even pick up like an older iPhone that would still give pretty darn good quality. And if not, maybe you could do like an upgrade or a contract. I'm not saying go out there and get an iPhone today or whatever, but regardless, the point is that phones have amazing quality, right? So let's get on to the next point because I feel like I'm just driving that whole like phone thing home. Next point about her is that she has a tremendous amount of personality and she gets very personal with the videos because it's a vlog, right? So she talks about her dog Camper, I believe it's Camper. If not, I'm gonna sound like a complete idiot, but I believe it's Camper. And yeah, so she talks about her dog, her lifestyle and stuff like that. So again, you get very invested in this person because she brings her personality into her videos, which again was something that I pointed out that I could not do in my very beginning videos, is that I did not know how to bring in my personality to those videos. It's extremely hard, but again, that has nothing to do with the equipment you're using. That all has to do with your repetition, your reps. Now, next thing is that she creates interesting, engaging topics. I know you're gonna be like, well, V Paula, she says she lives in a Prius. That's pretty unique. Okay, yes, I get that. But if it was someone different, right? So first off, you go and look at every single one of her videos, they're always like something interesting, some sort of grabbing title, and it makes it interesting, right? So this has to come down to storytelling. So, because a lot of people could just be like, I live out of my car, or me traveling in my car, or my car this or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of things you can spin to make it seem a lot more interesting. Like personally, if I wanted to with like, I made a vlog basically out of this other video too, of me going to the top of the mountain. It could be like, you know, I never thought I was gonna reach the summit until I found this or something like that, right? Instead of like, I went hiking. It's about storytelling, it's about engaging people, making it sound good, right? Because if you think of most stories, there's probably some pretty lame way that someone might explain it. Not saying that you're explaining things in a lame way, but I'm just saying that this kind of goes into the whole thing of this has nothing to do with quality and everything to do with you as a videographer, photographer, storyteller, personality, persona, whatever you want to call it, everything to do with that, nothing to do with quality. Excuse me, not quality, nothing to do with the equipment. Another thing I want to point out is that she doesn't have a microphone. And I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you most people watching this video probably have a USB microphone attached to their computer that sounds better than the iPhone, but she uses just her phone and it works. Because again, it's more about the actual content that she is producing with recording that stuff. And it's not about the way that she's recording it that makes it interesting, or at least with the equipment that she has, but it all has to do with what she's telling, the story she's telling and how she's telling it. And again, I want to stress the point, this person has over 400,000 subs. 400,000. Do you know how many people would do so many different things just to get 100,000 subs, let alone 400,000? All off of an iPhone. So if you feel like, again, equipment is holding you back, I really don't think it is. And again, even if you have ideas to do something, right? Like maybe try it, because I'll tell you right now, you can maybe try doing a certain kind of, well, all right, you know what? All right. So I know we just kind of went over our case points. So I'm gonna get back down this mountain now because I've been doing a lot of recording and stuff too. And I think it took me like 90 minutes. It took me 90 minutes to get up this mountain. Ready? Look at this. How do I, can you see it? I don't know, you guys can't see it, but you just have to believe me. It took me 90 minutes to get up this mountain because A, I didn't really know where I was going. B, I was also filming along the way too, so. Okay, all right, time to come down from the mountain and we'll wrap up the video. And again, I'm kind of like gonna stress some of the points that I made, and as well as like kind of just like leave you with a closing statement, I guess. So let's get down this mountain safely. Ugh. All right, so let's finish up the conversation I was having. So again, I want to point out that having the most expensive equipment does not equal success. And also maybe not having the most expensive equipment doesn't mean that you can't grow and be successful. And again, these are just a few points I pointed out to you, that these people have grown amazing communities in these awesome channels, and they have created such beautiful content with the equipment that they have. Let's just point out that it works. And it works so well to the point that they can afford different pieces of equipment to make their content, but they choose to use what they have, and they choose it because it probably is the workflow and stuff like that. So point in case is that you don't have to have the most expensive equipment to grow your channel. I promise you that. So don't hold yourself back from making content and learning how to make content because of the equipment that you have and because you feel like that's what's holding you back. I promise you it's not. please go out there and just make content and try new things too. If you want to try and do a vlog, but you feel like you don't have the equipment for it, just go do a vlog. I did a whole vlog on an iPhone with basically this microphone, and it came out pretty darn good. I mean, you don't even need this microphone, but it came out pretty decent. So try those things out, see if you like it, and then if you do like it and you enjoy it and you just enjoy making that content, then maybe invest more money into it. If you want to make, if you want to get a camera, if you want to get different microphones or lighting or things like that. So I just want to inspire you guys to create, and hopefully this video helps kind of inspire you and change your mindset around not being able to do something to being able to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you guys want more content like this, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. Also, please go ahead and give us a like just because it helps out the video and also with the algorithms. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing, I was gonna say stream, but have fun creating content. I'll see you guys later.